Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Pete on Retreat. Today, we're going to go on an adventure. Alright, we just arrived here at Elephant Village and I could not be more excited. Oh my goodness. The Elephant Sanctuary has several different features going on in it. I did the half-day tour, but they also have a full-day tour, and you could stay here multiple nights. They've got what looks like is probably a pretty nice hotel here. There's also a small museum on the property. There's the elephant dung paper factory, where they make paper out of elephant dung. And there's a really lovely looking restaurant where we're going to have lunch later on. Each of the elephants only has one mohawk, or like their keeper. They bond with their mohawk, and the mohawks are the only ones that are allowed to ride them. We're just hanging out for a bit right now, and then we're going to take a longboat up to where the waterfalls are. Unfortunately, it's the dry season, and these falls are dry, so we decided to go ahead and go on the boat ride just because a long boat up the river sounds really nice. Longboat's going to take us up the Nong Kham River, which is the river my hotel is on, so it'll be cool to see a different stretch of that. And yeah, that's just elephants, dude. They're just chilling. Pretty cool place. So when I heard we were going to take the longboat up the river a bit, this wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Pretty damn cool, ain't it? So I just got back from the Elephant Sanctuary, and while it was absolutely fantastic, I do have some mixed emotions about it. But first, I need some coffee. So I found a fun-looking coffee shop called Chess Cafe. If you know me in coffee, I'm like Mike D. I like my sugar with coffee and cream. So I got a sweetened iced mocha. Caffeine and sugar, so good together. And then while I was sitting there, I noticed this really cool restaurant next door called Sina Cafe, I believe. I'll correct myself right down here if I was wrong. And although I didn't think I was hungry, I just had to go check it out. I could see the menu board next door, saw that they had pad khao pao, and I hadn't had one yet since I was in Laos, and I'd been wanting to, so I went ahead and ordered it. Met one of the wait staff, his name's Nee. He saw my camera, asked me if I was a YouTuber. He pulled up my channel. I think he's following me now. So what's happening, Nee? good to see you, man. Thanks for following the channel. The Pad Cow Pow came out and there was no fried egg, which was probably okay because I really didn't have that much space for food, it turned out. The Pad Cow Pow was tasty. I got it moo, which means pork.
Feet on the shoe. So maybe. Yeah, not bad for 2 months. It's going pretty good.
I always order things medium here because I never know how spicy they're going to be. It came with the side of hot pepper sauce, and I've had hot pepper sauce in Thailand before, the exact same kind of stuff. This was interesting because it had the green and red both in the vinegar, and I put a little bit on it, and this stuff was fire. Oh my God, I'm glad I only put it on a little corner because it was almost too hot for me. But it was tasty. I've also gotten used to Pad Cow Pow being pretty consistent in Thailand as far as the flavor profile goes. But this one was very green bell peppery. It had a bunch of bits of green bell pepper in it, which obviously explains why it tastes so much like green bell pepper. And it was really tasty and kind of surprising and refreshing to get a different flavor in my Pad Cow Pow. I don't know, I've also been ordering Gai Pad Cow Pow mostly lately. Gai being chicken as opposed to moo being pork. Yeah, it's a funny one. Moo means pork, not cow. It was still very tasty, and lunch was about $5.50, which compared to Thailand was a bit expensive, but this was also a very upscale steakhouse restaurant. So getting back to those mixed emotions about the elephant sanctuary, I mean, don't get me wrong, getting up close with the elephants was fantastic. Getting to pet them was wonderful. Getting to hand feed them was amazing. And getting to hug them is something I will never forget. But the whole thing with having elephants in captivity still doesn't sit right with me. One thing I was really happy to see is that the Mahats, or the people that tend to the elephants, don't use bull hooks at all anymore. If you're not familiar with bull hooks, it's the instrument that was traditionally used to keep or herd elephants. It's a stick with a hook on the end, and they hook them into the ear, behind the ear. A very sensitive spot for the elephants. So just carrying the hook in their hands would kind of give them a hot or an elephant keeper power over the elephant, but it comes from a straight threatening way. A few years ago, I watched a documentary about elephants that just completely changed my whole opinion about not just elephants in captivity, but all animals, and especially elephants. While the elephants at the sanctuary appear to be perfectly happy, or at least reasonably happy, it's hard to just accept that at face value. As far as the experience goes on the consumer side of things, I think it was a pretty good value. The package cost $50 US, which is a lot of money for anything here in Laos. It included getting picked up at the hotel at 8 o'clock in the morning, being driven half an hour to the sanctuary, getting to learn some of the commands for the elephants, getting to hand feed them bananas, getting to hang out with them and pet them and come up close to them, kind of on your own free will. A tour inside the museum and the paper making factory, and of course the gift shop. It included a boat ride up to a really cool waterfall, which we didn't even see because the waterfall's dry right now. I do kind of wish they were more open about that during the booking process. There is one of those snippets about the waterfall might be dry, blah, 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 but they could have easily told us that was the case. I still would have booked the excursion, don't get me wrong, but it was kind of disappointing to find out during the trip. You can hang out and swim in the pool at the resort if you want, but I chose to just go hang out with the elephants more. It also includes a buffet lunch, which was okay. There was some stir-fried veggies and a very mild yellow curry with chicken and potato. some salad and some watermelon, all of the water, coffee, and tea you could drink. There was a couple there from Germany who were vegan, and one of them had a mushroom allergy, which was all disclosed while they were booking, but still they didn't have food prepared for them. They talked with them and tried to work something out, eventually agreeing on some type of noodle dish. And I saw something was wrong with the noodle dish. They couldn't eat that either, so I felt bad for them. They were really cool people, and I hung out mostly with them during the excursion. But there was also this really cool couple from Chile. Now, one of my brothers, or my best friend, he's not a blood brother, but Dan's a brother. His wife's from Chile, and their daughter, my goddaughter, therefore is Chilean. And I know a little bit of Spanish, and they knew hardly any English. I mean, their English was better than my Spanish, but I was kind of able to help translate a little bit with the guide. And I think they really just appreciated having somebody attempted to speak Spanish with them. I said, "De donde eres?" which means, "Where are you from?" At least I think that's what it means, but then they answered, so that was really cool. I saw no signs of abuse. The elephants seemed to be taken care of fine. They basically ate the whole time we were there for hours, because elephants eat a lot. Shocker, right? And they took them down to the river for a bath. It got a little weird when they had one perform by slapping their trunk against the water, but I think the elephants were having a good time. It also sounds like they have a good chunk of land there for the elephants to roam around, but in my understanding, it's not enough land for them. I don't know if I'll do it again or if I would do it again. So now I'm just trying to walk around and work off the second lunch that I probably shouldn't have eaten in the first place. I've tried unsuccessfully now twice to get tickets for the Royal Opera tonight. It's a 2-hour show. I'm not sure if I really want to go. I mean, part of me really wants to go. I know it's going to be music and culture and cool costumes and dance. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. The show's at 6 p.m. I'll head over to the theater at 5:30. If I get tickets, I get tickets. Well, guys, I don't know if it was the second lunch or what, but I just kind of got lazy. I was so full, and I really didn't feel like sitting for a couple hours for live theater. I never went back for that third attempt for tickets for the Royal Opera. Just didn't happen. I'm not feeling too bad about it. In all honesty, I'd rather go see Ant-Man Quantumania. I'm pretty excited. I might be trying to go to see that Friday or Saturday. I get back into Thailand Friday, so we'll say Saturday night's the goal. What I have decided to do tonight is go for a nice long walk. Right now I'm walking along the river. I think I want to finally walk across this bridge at night down here. This bridge is super damn cool. It costs 10,000 kip to go across, which is about 56 cents, I think. Oh man. Talk about feeling like I'm at Disneyland. Pretty dang cool. And I have no idea what's on the other side. Man, it's like the cue for the Indiana Jones line, but sketchy. While the neighborhood on the other side of the bridge is super quiet, it's pretty dark, it's kind of spooky. It sounds like a local karaoke bar down the street, but I'm turning around and headed back. I got chased out of one of the temples earlier by a dog, and I'm not trying to come across any dogs out here in the dark, so wish me luck. Okay, I survived my big adventure for the night. I'm back in civilization. I'm happy I made it alive. I'm still incredibly full, but I'm kind of craving a beer or some gelato. So I'm just going to keep walking around until I get some space made. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. This is Pete on Retreat, and I wish you were here.